So, Alexandra, it's really lovely to spend this time with you in person today because we've spent little bits of conversation on Messenger, but never really met this way before face to face. And well, I know it's over Zoom,
I know.
and just to see you and hear your voice and just spend some time with you. And
Thank you.
so, you're welcome. I'm wondering if you would like to say a bit about who you are and what you do and if you got a
Yeah,
website or
yeah,
anything
yeah.
like that.
My name is Alexandra. I live in Dundee in Scotland. I've been here for the last 13 years and I am a therapist. So I've been a therapist for 25 years now. I started back in my 30s when I did reflexology, aromatherapy, Reiki, and then all of that kind of developed into a love feat. So I went into clinical reflexology and did some work many months ago in Christie's Hospital with cancer patients, and that was
Mm,
quite
yeah.
enlightening and difficult and new for
Whew.
me. I was very young. It was children also, so it was a short period, but I kind of period that you learned a lot and about not taking life for granted. Then I then got married and had kids, and in my own journey through losing a baby at the age of 38. I lost a baby premature. She was alive for 5 days. Hence my name Maya. The name Maya is that was her name. So
Oh,
it's a baby I lost, and I can talk about it now because it's done quite a little while. It still sometimes comes in waves, but she is with me in the spirit. She works with me in my treatment room. I'm very aware of her. And then forward a few years, I do have a boy. He's now 17, and then another little girl who I had at 42. She was also born premature, but she survived. So she has a disability. She has Down syndrome and learning disability. But she's been my biggest teacher so far. So that has definitely taken me on a road um, of a lot of self-awareness about how to see the world with different eyes. So I am her voice. I am very passionate about them being heard because I think a lot of them are not being heard. And so in a way, all of those things makes me almost a better therapist for all these experiences that I have. I lost my mom 8 years ago, so it's been a lot of loss in that space. So I've learned to live with grief and that space of the now is all that matters. Uh,
yeah.
because we can plan tomorrow, but then who knows? And so I work from home. I love my work. I've done a lot of learnings through theta healing, medical intuition, and my practice has changed so much. I think there is mainly a lot of presence that I bring and a lot of slowness and gentleness, vulnerability, because I feel that in a world that's been so masculine through action and doing, we've forgotten to just be. So, and yeah, so that's me. My website is Maya Holistic Therapist. I work from home, but I also do sessions online. Yeah, so that's me in a nutshell.
And that's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot. It's
yeah,
wonderful to hear all of these different things that you've been doing and to also hear those personal experiences that you've been through, Alexandra. Big experiences of grief and loss. And I hear, just how much work you've done on yourself. And I was so touched when I heard you say that Maya is there in the room with you. You sense her. She's almost like accompanies you through the work that you do.
yeah, yeah, very much so. She's I do believe in the afterlife, so I do believe in spirit. They're always constant with us. So I have a picture of my mum and a kind of a sense of Maya here. So this is my sacred space, and yeah, they're always with us. I do feel
Yeah.
they're always working with us.
Very precious, very important, and
Yeah,
I can't really find the word apart from precious. Just so precious to have them around you.
yeah, very precious. And sometimes it's true. And as I speak about it, I could feel that motive emotion there, but I feel there is more of a love. There's so
Mm.
much infinite and precious love that I have, and I know they're always there. So, um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, thank you for sharing all that you have.
thank you.
It's just really an honor to get to know you in this way, and thank you. And we had a little chat before we began about this space that I offer, which is a bit different to the usual sort of podcast
Mhm.
idea, and that it's really a therapeutic space, and that it's time for you.
Okay.
And I would like you to, if you feel comfortable, to just take up space and use the space in any way that feels right for you. And I'll come with you.
Oh, thank you.
And does that feel comfortable, or does it kind of put you on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
spot?
I
Or,
do feel that. Okay, so taking up space, that's something that I've been learning a lot about taking up space and
oh, good. I'm glad that resonates. Yes.
what does that mean for a woman in this life time? Because probably for a long period I didn't take up enough space. Or when I did, it was it was kind of like too much. Or
You felt too much, or other
well, no,
people?
I was told there was too
Oh,
much.
okay.
Or so that too muchness in the past it started to kind of go and
Shrink you
shrink it to fit in the spaces to fit within the environment
so
because
that you
so
were.
yeah, but then I've even come in here, and this is now I love Scotland very much. I really do. It's my spiritual home. But I think the first time I came here, I felt and a little bit restricted. That's the word. Like I felt like if I didn't do that or I didn't do that, and I felt like my throat was going like here.
Like
It was always
almost like being strangled.
yeah. So and I did it. I kind of restricted, and I take responsibility of what that represents to me because I could have just made a choice to say no, but then I went along with that. And that is something that I think many women do when you go to places where you want to fit in, you want to be accepted. So we
Absolutely.
start to kind of place ourselves in this, and then after years, it just doesn't not longer fits in, or it starts to feel suffocated. You know?
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
can really see around your shoulders as well,
yeah.
almost like pulling yourself into to
What
be
is that?
smaller.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And you really felt it here, like did you say
yeah.
being suffocated?
In the past, yeah, definitely in the past. I think the voice now has returned in such a beautiful, powerful way because even in Zoom calls when I go to normally I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just kept quiet. But in the last probably more 4 years, that voice has been returning more and more. Hence me reading those poems, hence putting myself out there because it's so important, for the healing we have to for our throat. I feel is very connected to our womb,
Yes.
to our sexuality,
Yes.
to our
Yes.
to that part of ourselves that has been so restricted.
Absolutely. Interestingly, hope this is okay to butt in. I've been looking at some photographs of the vocal cords. Have you ever seen this?
No.
maybe have a look. The vocal cords are very like our vagina.
Really?
Yes, take a look.
Wow.
It's amazing. Just with you saying that, the throat and womb connection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have a look. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because I feel
no,
it's that, when we restrict that, everything else gets restricted,
everything tightens.
tightens.
And
So
I always think about tightening as our truth isn't coming out if we're tight. Yeah, I don't know if that resonates for you.
yeah, everything is tightened, and I'm very in tune with my body. So about 2 years ago, I had a bit of a frozen shoulder, but I'm very good at acknowledging and seeing what's there.
Wonderful.
And within 3 months, it was gone. But I felt also that it was a restricted part of me that was not letting, it was kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I do go and get it checked, and then there's a part of me, and also I don't always believe what the white coats tell me, and this is not for everybody, but
Yeah, I
I don't,
agree.
I don't take it. I hear it, and some things might be valid, some others not so much, and I don't. The guy told me that there's no cure for frozen shoulder, so I thought, okay, I don't believe that, and then that
Yeah,
was
and
yeah.
you've proven it.
Yeah, and I know it's not a big thing, but it's a big thing when we make it a big thing.
And part of your work is to use your body in your work
Yes.
in different ways and to be restricted. Did you say your left was your left shoulder?
Yeah. No, my left. Sorry, it was my left. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And so to be restricted in that way with being able to just use your shoulder, your arm, your hands, it's going to be really limiting. And then to have a white coat say, this is not curable, and it's your business, your livelihood.
No.
Yeah. So I'm so
Yeah.
glad to hear that take what feels valid and disregard the rest. And me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I suppose at this stage where I'm 53, I'm going through the menopause, and I feel it's such a big topic now because now I understand what that really means. I mean, I've been very fortunate in the sense that I've not had any massive upheavals in terms of physical, but
Mhm.
what I have noticed is emotional things. So the restricted parts of me that were restricted 2.5 years ago, they just went out, and rage came with a potency that
Wonderful.
it blew everybody away. Not in a good way, but it had to come out.
It had to come out. Yeah, I understand. I've had my own experiences of this, and been called some rather lovely names. Not
Mhm.
so that rage, though. That's the power that comes with that. The freeing up, the releasing is to me wonderful.
Yeah,
We
it
can
is.
find our voice.
Yeah, and yet it's very. I think it's spilled everywhere in my home. So and I suppose as somebody that has, when you keep everything together in a way, then everything spills out. Then in the end, you can only be yourself. So in that space, I think I'm transitioning. I feel still in that woman yet to become. The still learning and developing and transitioning, and so I feel like I'm in that space in between,
Yes. Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
space we're still shedding a lot of stuff and
hmm
learning to be compassionate even towards my own judgments, and yeah, just learning to navigate this space where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm further along the line than you, and I mean, talking about age, and I've mine began around 48, 49, and these rages were huge. I was couldn't find the words for it really, and then the shutting down came, from everyone around, but I wouldn't allow that for myself. And it sounds like you've been able to really be compassionate for you and allow you to be you through this transition
Yeah,
state.
there's been a lot of tears as well, don't get me wrong, within my
Yeah,
own
yeah,
relationship, my own marriage and everything else, because the person that once, I think I have seen that change so much. And I think in my own relationship with my husband, it's the same. He probably saw me as this person, and suddenly this person was no longer there. And for
yeah.
me, that changed. So we're all changing constantly. And in giving myself permission to do that, regardless, it's been sometimes tricky and difficult, and there's been a lot of tears there for sure. And even with my teenager son, because I'm a mother, but I said to him, I'm also human. So
Yes, you're a woman.
a woman,
Exactly. Yeah.
I am who I am, and I have no control in terms of I don't want to hurt anybody. But then if I do, then definitely not out of
It's like you end up hurting yourself if we do that. I don't want to hurt anybody thing. We end up not
hurting
being true
ourselves.
to us ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not. It's not easy for any of us. I think as we go through this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more like an emotional thing more than and I think my physicality kind of feels like the body. I'm very aware if I'm tired, if I'm fatigued, then I know I'm overdoing, then I take my time to rest. But because I love my work, I think my work actually gives me uh, that kind of. I often think energy because I think that we're all connected to a much higher purpose. So that in itself gives me so much. So
Almost restorative, like it restores you. It
yeah,
feeds you.
yeah, it does. It really does.
Nurtures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're really attuned to yourself and what you need. You can give to yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it's also knowing that where I'm at is that I can share this now that I'm going through a process of I don't know if I'll stay in this relationship or not, and I say that very con compassion because I have had a really conversation, and I feel that women they do so much for staying with because of the kids, and I get that, and I really get it, and this is no. But I also feel that we have a choice to want more or to want something different and to want,
Yes.
and that's okay because I feel that part has been quite conflicting. Probably years that is it okay to settle with this or is it
Yeah.
okay to want more?
Yeah. So it sounds like you've got an impasse inside of you, like a little bit of tug from either side.
Yeah.
And you're just being with that. You're not forcing anything. You're just waiting to see,
Hmm. Yeah,
which
yeah,
I
you
think
said
is
it
a
right.
wonderful
It's
way
like
of being.
trusting that it will be I always call it divine timing, where there will be a door somehow in the no long near future where there'll be, because I think the fact that we are talking, um, he is learning in the last year so much about emotional intelligence, and I think for men it's so important because he didn't know any of it. So he only just grasping things at the moment where I've been in that world for so long.
Yeah.
That's been my frustration there sometimes.
Yes. And almost like, I don't know if this is right for you, but as if they get such a shock. It's like, oh my God, where did all this come from? Why is this happening to us?
Yeah,
They want the old you back.
yeah, yeah, and
And
it's no longer there. It's just
no,
no,
no. So it's
no.
a very big shock for them too.
Yeah, and I do feel it's a generation from, and I can't really speak on his behalf, but I do feel there is a generation of men that perhaps that was not mirrored. You know, it was just get on, work, perform.
Absolutely. Providing all these values and beliefs.
Yeah, yeah, and they're wonderful qualities. Don't get me wrong, but there is so there's at the expense of their own happiness.
Absolutely.
You
It's
know.
almost like everyone's, I don't know if this is an okay thing to say, really. It's a bit of a blanket thing, but almost like everyone is, we're born into the world and then we're fed all these rules of how to be and what what a mother will do or a wife will do and a father and a husband, well, all of that,
Yeah.
all of this stuff just gets
Yeah.
fed to us
Yeah.
and we just systematically do.
Yeah.
And then we have this awakening
Yeah.
and kind of astound everyone around us.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. It's like a programming, isn't it? Programming from the
It
start.
really is. It really is.
And then now when you start seeing things, you cannot not see it. Do you know? It's like,
Absolutely. And I think not go back. Is that the same for you?
yeah, no, no,
Can't go
no,
back.
no, you can't go back.
No.
It's this, and then it's a soul calling. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a pulling of that soul. That's what I call it. It's like, and it's a way, and then, so I think women at this age and that space of the wiser woman, I said always that I'm not getting older, I'm getting wiser.
Yeah.
Because then you allow the body to become that space of, of course.
And then maybe that is that taking up space thing.
Yes.
We loosen, rather than the tightening and being small, we
Yeah.
kind of spread into our
Yeah.
space.
A space of being heard, seen, and see how we are. And what was going to say there? I lost the truth. That's what I have.
Sorry, I
Brain
interrupted.
fog.
No, I interrupted you, Alexandra. Sorry.
No, no, no. I don't know what I was going to say there. Yeah, is that a kind of? It feels I have felt like I have had to hold space for myself and everyone else
Yes.
in the house, and it feels like it's a big responsibility. So I have started to loosen the grips of I can't do that
Yeah.
because however they feel is I can't really be responsible for that,
No,
and it's hard. It's hard because
it is. Because
yeah.
again, we're programmed, aren't we, to take care of and look after, and we have that tending instinct as women.
Mhm.
It's very hard to turn that off
Yeah.
and take care of who we are, be ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm learning.
How are you doing? Can I just check in with you, Alexandra? How is this for you, and how are you? And
I'm good, yeah. I mean, I discuss these things with my friends. I have a very good group of friends and we're
yeah,
very open. So
wonderful.
we talk about these things. I don't, there is an expression in Spain that you say, you don't, see if I can translate that. I don't know, I might make the same answer, but you don't cut your tongue anymore. It's like you just kind of say,
But yeah, don't bite your tongue.
yeah, or
Be
something like
you. Just say yes. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so it's just
Wonderful.
so yeah. I mean, I probably I've been learning a lot, even with this latter training I've been doing. It's been there's a beautiful community of women there, all ages, all over the world, and we bring so much presence and compassion and I think I'm learning a lot about compassion because compassion is such a beautiful energy when it's directed towards yourself or others.
It
So
really is. And it
it's
releases us from so much, I think.
yeah, yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
does. So, yeah, I'm in that space and I'm kind of sitting with all of that, as you said before, in that space of transient, but then again, very important because I don't know what it looks like on that side, but I feel like I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I'm just going with the flow.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Yep. Because once we start pushing and feel like, 'cause I think some people with an impasse will say, well, I need to make a decision. And they might rush into something and just pick one thing. And then it all goes wrong. It backfires and we have regrets. I've done
Yeah.
that many a time myself.
Oh, yeah, and believe me, I mean, when that rage came 2.5 years, I wanted to really go on. I was like, I wanted this. But then I was able to just reflect back and have conversations with therapists, and then we did some counseling, and so that really helped.
Good.
And thank goodness for those times where reflection was almost permissive and allowed. So I didn't have to make a decision right there when because
Absolutely.
so
it can really go wrong for us if we just launch in, grab something and kind of like hold on to that thing and say, that's it, this is what I'm going to do. It could really backfire.
Yeah, and listen, everybody's doing the best they can. I have to say, with the awareness they have in any given moment. So,
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
I'm trusting in that process at the moment. My son is 18 next year, so it's big changes. I'm already feeling that emptiness when he leaves to uni, so I'm gonna miss him a
18.
lot. And
Yeah.
our daughter always is our connector, really, because when we have a little girl with a special needs, it connects my husband and I in a way that's different, becoming more. We had a lovely conversation yesterday, somewhat like more kind to each other in that kind of sense that even though we might not be always in the same space, but we have to be there for this little girl in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's it. The thing about not being able to be responsible for others, but when it comes to our little ones, our children, it's a whole different ball game. And how old is it okay to ask? How old is she?
Mia is 11. I mean, she's not as little, but she looks very small. I mean, she's gonna grow, and she's still gonna need a lot of support. Um, but she's a great. I mean, she's very musical. She's amazing, and she's been our biggest teacher for my husband and I for sure. So it's been. She brings just. I mean, people say Down syndrome kids are all full of love. Yeah, she's love, but she's also full of character, tantrums,
Wonderful.
the whole of it.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
But at 11, we are still so very young, aren't we? At 11 and at 18, in our 20s, when I think back, I used to think I was so grown up when I was like 17 or 19 and then in my 20s, I know now when I look back, I was very, very young, very
Yeah.
young. And that, that young part of me is still around and all parts of me are still around, of course. But yeah, it's 18 years old and he's going off to uni. I'm just thinking how tricky it can be as they go out there, they leave.
Yeah,
And
I
for
know,
me,
I
wanting
know.
to hang on.
And he feels very much like that. He feels like I'm a man now, so I've
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
all, and so I'm observing and helping in any way he lets me in, and otherwise he has to learn his own way.
Yep.
Um,
It's so difficult getting that balance right as a mum.
yeah, and learning to let go, learning to let go,
It
because
is not easy.
for yeah.
I'll say this and see how it feels for you, but there's something about, oh yeah, it's kind of gone. I must be feeling a bit defensive. I'll see if it'll come back. It's to do with letting go and also that want to cling on. I hear it comes. So I think for me, it's like a fear of if anything goes wrong, it'll be my fault and I'll need to put it right. And so still taking that responsibility and trying to also let them have their wings and go. It's really hard to get that
Yeah, because
balance.
this is my first boy, my first child, and there is so much. I spent before I lost Maya. I spent 6 years of my time just dedicated to him. So there's that part. I'd never regret that part because it was just so wonderful.
Yeah,
And I think even when Mia, our daughter, was born, he was 6, so he had to witness a lot of me being so focused on Mia because she had 2 operations. It was very difficult times, and yet I had to be there for him. But I felt there was a lot of energy going towards her and trying
yeah,
to juggle. So I'm always
yeah,
very conscious that there were times when I look back that was just I wonder how he dealt with those things, you know, just himself. And
He's suddenly not the baby of the family, and here's this new baby with needs and two operations.
yeah, Mia had two operations under term. So yeah, it was a lot. And then she came home with oxygen. So I had to take my son to the school with oxygen tanks with my daughter. I think they reflect back, you know, when you don't, I think you just did it.
Yeah,
Don't know how, because
yeah.
even my husband was working away during the week, so I was on my own.
This
And
is a lot to be managing and adjusting to, like this new way of living.
yeah, no support. I mean, I did have friends, do have friends, but no support. So it
No,
was difficult
yeah,
times. But then again, I feel when I talk about it that I didn't see it as difficult. I just did it. I just got on with it and became
yeah,
very practical. But I look back and I wish sometimes that somebody had said, just take a break, go for a coffee, you know, things like that. I think
yeah,
people sometimes don't know how in uncomfortable situations. I've noticed that a lot because sometimes I feel that this needs to be spoken about when somebody's going through difficult times. I don't need to fix it. I don't need to. You just sit with that person, have offer a coffee,
yeah. Just,
be there,
just
be
be
there.
there alongside. Yeah,
Because I feel sometimes people don't know what to do and they don't have to do
no,
anything.
they don't know how we don't know how to speak or say something to
Yeah,
another. We get uncomfortable, so then we avoid being with them, and
yeah.
that leaves them lonely.
Yeah, yeah. So you rather sometimes be alone just because people trying to fix you, and there's
Yeah,
nothing you can't. It's not about being fixed. It's about being there with.
yeah.
And I think I when I lived in Abu Dhabi and I lost Maya, I had a friend who was from Germany, and she was amazing. She did exactly that. To just
She accompanied you.
she sat with me, and we had coffee, and maybe even talk nonsense. But that's it.
Just being there. There's something about just having that, the presence of another alongside us,
Mhm.
and not, sensing that they want to leave and get away, that they're willing to be in it, even though they maybe don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And it does feel uncomfortable, but they still stay there with you.
Yeah, and there's a paradox about that because if you think about it, people don't feel comfortable being in uncomfortable situations, so they'd rather just like, or when it's extreme joy, it's like it's embarrassing. So it's like, what's
Yeah,
that all about? You know, it's like I don't, I laugh because it's like if you fall in yourself in that space of being taken space, then
mm-hmm.
suddenly you be called names. Or but then it's too uncomfortable then do you know I don't know
So hard to just get that thing right for everybody, but we're just not able to be ourselves.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funnily enough, I went through something quite funny a couple of weeks ago, strange. I couldn't really explain it. And I was on the way to the dentist. And I remember sitting in the lying in the dentist chair. And we were having an incredible conversation. But my laughter was very big. I'd been through some sort of energy shift on the way across. And the way I was laughing was huge. And I think I was just expelling, letting go of trapped energy.
yeah.
But it was coming when I laughed, it was coming out through the laugh. I have no idea how he experienced me that day because he's met me a lot of times, but I don't think he's ever met me like that.
I
And
love that.
yeah, but I didn't, I mean, I couldn't have held it in or controlled it.
Yeah.
And I just let myself be me. And I remember at one point, I don't know if you saw the film Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy when
Yeah.
she kicks the covers off.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
It was like I was kicking a duvet off with my feet and laughing really in a big way. So yes, so he may have felt very uncomfortable. He's a very quiet gentleman. Um, But I was just being me and I couldn't contain it. It just had to come out. And I just went with it.
I love that, but that's it. That's what we can be in any given moment, you know. It's interesting. I have friends who, I think every friend is like a different flower with different. I have a friend who we do magic things. I call it magic. We drink cacao and then we read our cups. And then suddenly the other day, I literally look at her cup and I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's my team. You've been introduced." I just love that. That is just the women when we gather together. There's so much magic, and
Yeah, yeah,
we when we let it, you know.
yeah. And I really do think that comes through not just the connection, but the is it that we give ourselves just permission to just be?
Yeah,
We're just ourselves. And I
yeah.
think it rubs off on others and then they can be themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's very important because so I started doing women's circles 3 years ago and I was very nervous. But I did it for myself, really. I wanted to create a community and meet other like-minded women. So I started with 5 ladies, really, and it soon grew. But the realization that the more I did that, the more I learned so much from everyone and I felt so humbled to just witness. And even my friends that now I met through that process, we often say of each other how much we've changed even since that first time we met to
Yeah.
this day, you know. So it's such a beautiful thing.
Like growing together.
Yeah,
Everyone's blooming and growing together.
yeah, and even if the things are difficult, then we're there for each other, you know.
Yeah.
That's so important.
It's so special.
Yeah, and especially for women, because I still see that they don't ask for help.
Yep.
Don't
Be strong.
don't bother. I
Yep.
can do it all myself.
Yep. Don't lean. And it's so needed. We so need to be able to lean.
We so need to clean.
We really do.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, it's a funny thing when we do that. I don't know if you've ever done it before with others where you literally physically lean against another. It's so hard to let go and trust that, I'm trying to lean, but I just can't risk it. I can't let go. I want to check out how strong they are. And
yeah.
it's really difficult.
It is difficult. It
Yeah.
is difficult.
And
Yeah,
so even psychologically, the leaning is really hard.
yeah, yeah. Because as you say, it's a safety part of it. You need to feel safe.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they're going to,
Yeah.
yeah. It's was yeah. It's so much, so many layers on that, isn't there? So many layers. Yeah. So it's that's life, just being human.
Yes.
Human, but learning also to that there is a much bigger, for me, it's a much bigger energies, and we can get also caught up in our humanness, in our emotionness, and but once we step out a little bit to observe all of that, then we're part of a much bigger thing.
Yeah. Do you want to say a bit more about that? Or I don't want to put you on the spot in any way. Or,
No, it's okay. I've been delving a lot. I always worked. I love working with energy, and I don't know if you're familiar with the telepathy tapes.
no, I don't think so.
It's a podcast. It's highly
Ah,
recommended. A beautiful podcast that starts with um, children who are non-verbal,
mhm.
whose parents are saying that they speak to the kids telepathically. So the podcast starts with how they're going to their houses and now how they're bringing all this information from a collective and from much bigger. So you know, and I think that's where we are. I feel in that space of being able to communicate not only through words, through our body, but also through that energy that is there. So that's what I've been practicing with my daughter.
Okay.
So I feel that definitely when we tune in, even with clients, I feel there is always spirit guides, so there is always, I feel even the body has its own consciousness, its own kind of rhythm and has music. So with the kids, it's like they're bringing so much information for us to tap in.
Yeah.
But when we're so much in our heads, then it's just that gets just
It can really get in the way.
get in the way. So I'm practicing at the moment that, and I'm only just beginning to get some, is that trust, some answers. And to
Yes.
tell you what I know that is because, so I've always spoken Spanish to my son, but with my daughter, I speak English a lot. And I've been practicing telepathy, and there was only one time when she answered back in Spanish, and then I knew that it was real.
Wow.
And
Wow. That's amazing.
yeah. So I then been practicing with things like, can you tell me you're wearing a scarf or not? Can you put your hand on my left under? And she did it once. But then it's trusting, because if I'm too busy here, then this can't connect. But that podcast has definitely blew my mind, in the sense that I feel these kids have been so misunderstood, autistic, non-verbal, or and there's been such a paradigm shift. That's what I call it. It's really paradigm shift
Yeah. Wow.
happening.
That is
Yeah.
so interesting. I'll have to have a look out for that
Yeah.
podcast. Did you call it the telepathy files?
Tapes.
Tapes. Okay. Thank you for telling me. I'll have a look.
Tapes, yeah. I tell it to everybody because I think that's where we are. This is new conscious, new energy, and trusting in the information. We call it downloads or whatever you want to call it, but it's all
Yeah.
something that needs to be passed and put in paper, or
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. It is amazing how we can, we might approach someone or pass someone on the street even and sort of get a glimpse into their world. And I appreciate that, a lot of that might be projection, but I really do believe that we can soak up so much of another
yeah.
um,
Oh yeah,
bodily and also through mirror neurons.
yeah,
We've got these mirror cells in our brain that we can mirror each other and we can pick up a story without any words being spoken. It is incredible. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think we
Yeah.
are incredible. I mean, we have this technology, which is our bodies.
Yeah. And so much is dismissed and ignored.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
it,
Yes.
there's so much. I love the body. I think the body. I think that our bodies are our oracles. I call it oracles because they speak up out loud when
Yeah.
something needs shifting or
Absolutely.
addressed, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking about your frozen shoulder again. And so did you, I hope this is okay to inquire. I'm wondering if you were able to figure out or have a dialogue with your shoulder and
Yes, I did. So what I do, excuse me.
you okay?
Yeah, what I did, I like to draw things outside, so I put things outside my body outside. So if it's the shoulder, then I just draw it. And then I put color, what it feels like it feels color.
Yeah.
So in
Mhm.
that
Good.
space, I felt there was a wing. So it's like the
Oh,
opening of the wing, and a wing, it was a bit like locked. So that wing is open, but that's locked.
okay. Almost like a clipped wing.
Exactly that, a clipped
Yes.
wing.
Wow.
So I started having conversations every day. I'm so sorry. I like the word of Gabor-Mate, directed compassion. So I'm so sorry you feel you can't. fly, perhaps. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. You feel you clicked. And
Yes.
slightly then every time I felt like I was unlocking. So it
Yeah.
took me 3 months, but
Yeah.
I did, and I put cream in it every day, but
Mhm.
also when in a conversation with that space, rather than saying there's something wrong,
Yes.
it's a conversation. I see you. I know this. You're scared. And
Yeah.
it's funny because during that period, I kept having dreams of me wanting to fly, but then
Oh,
being
wow.
like,
Wow.
"Am I going to be
It
able
was all
to?"
there.
Yeah, it was so there. I get all, and I'm like, oh my God, there's the dream telling me. And the dream was like, can I do that? Can I do that? Until the third time I had the same dream, I was able to fly. And then the flying, I saw there was magic, but there was so much fear in that. So that's the fear showing up.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
And you still flew. In your dream, you flew.
I flew, but I still feel that although I've got my wings now, I still there is much there, but I'm in that flow.
Okay. So your
It's
wings
are there,
neither of them are clipped now.
but and they are. I feel as I tune into them, I feel that they are there, but also there's it's when the time comes, you'll know.
Yes. Yes.
You'll know.
I don't know if you know about this about me, but I use a lot of art in therapy.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, beautiful. Of
Okay.
course, yeah, yeah, I saw that.
And well, I was just wondering what it might be like if you were to draw and add colour to your wings, just intuitively let
Ah.
your wings come out on paper. I don't know what might you use for that, like pencil and watercolour, or what would you use?
Probably crayons. What I use
Yeah.
crayons. Yeah, I'll use
Might
definitely.
you do that?
Thank you. I'll do that. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do
I
that.
notice I'm sitting on my fingers as if I'm saying, "Shut up, Cass! Don't interfere."
No,
I
yes,
just want to offer
do.
that to you.
And in fact, in that, I'm going to show you what I did. I have, I know a lady, no, I know a lady who does beautiful paintings and drawings as well on drums. And
Oh, yes.
so I asked her to draw something for me that I felt it was very how I was feeling. So I'm going to show you.
Please do.
She did this, and that's how I feel my wings.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She did a wonderful job, and I feel that is helpful
Colors.
in the visual because I love that.
Oh, I love the streams coming away from the. Is that the sun or the moon? I want to say it's the moon, but it might be the sun.
It's the sun, but it could be a moon, I suppose. I just like it. I'm very connected to sun
But
energy,
beautiful.
and the expansion. I have actually seen a hummingbird once in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
It really took, and it took me on a journey for a year after that. But yeah, it's and I often feel that's where we are. We were to see the signs. My logo in the Maya is trusting in the signs. There's signs everywhere. If we decide to see them or
Yeah.
acknowledging us, yeah. So I feel that there is so much help from the unseen world um, that
Yeah.
we don't know.
And you
Tune in.
can tune in and really listen.
Yeah, and but I've had a lot of I'm even say no, not a lot. Some issues in the left side over the period of time. Like I had the knee, so it was all that feminine wanting to express for so much, but it was always I felt in my younger self, it felt like if I was not approved by the male side, then
Okay.
who I was. And I felt I gave that power away so much in the past to that aspect of and yeah, and that's what my body and my knee and particularly on the left side. Every
And,
time yeah, I felt
yeah.
like it clicked, it went and yeah.
And how is your knee now? How is it?
Good, yeah, good, good. I feel good in my knees. So it was always during a relationship, yeah, or somebody crossing a boundary,
Yes.
and I wasn't able to say no. I was like, the knee just went.
Yeah. It's great that now that you know it, isn't that wonderful?
I know, but it's like there's been times I remember many years ago, a woman, a friend. I used to be a friend, not a friend anymore. Crossed a big boundary, and literally I sat on the floor. I didn't do anything but sitting, and the knee went. And I understood in that moment why that was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So your knee has quite a loud voice for you.
very loud voice.
Yes. And you listen, you understand.
Yeah, I had to. I mean, it's happened not anymore, but definitely it's the one that's very loud. So the first time I was 19 when I was with a boyfriend again. Second time I was with another boyfriend and he went again. And the third was boundaries. So it's all about boundaries,
Yeah.
my knee.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wonderful body wisdom. It's amazing, isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, I think people think, I do feel more people are interested in definitely putting that together, I hope, but still a
I
lot.
think so.
Yeah.
In our therapy world, this therapy world that I belong in, there's a lot
Mhm.
of us who work with the body and just value anything the body has to say. And, people say, oh, well, my body doesn't speak. And I'll say, well, lend your shoulder or lend your knee your voice and just see what comes out. And it can be amazing what's said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's body wisdom. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fascinating work.
It's
Yeah,
been really lovely to spend this time with you. I can't believe how fast. I just glanced over at the clock there and
yeah, gosh, yeah,
it's gone so fast.
yeah.
Um, if we were to start winding up now, I'm just wondering, because I don't want to just cut you off. I'm wondering, is there anything that you want to say or you still have things to say before we say goodbye?
Hmm. Let me feel into that question. Is there anything else I need to say? I feel that, and I think you said that in your book, and I said it out loud, in a world that feels so disconnected, so lonely, we owe our children to step up for them as parents. And even if it's one action of kindness towards yourself, and even I feel our community is so important. So, I understand that even social media can be a bit too much for people, but I feel that we can connect with one person in the street, or tell someone, um, maybe a compliment, maybe someone,
Yes.
so you will give that person so much. And also to listen to our kids, because kids are our teachers, so we need to listen to them and to never be afraid to ask a mother with special needs about the child, because I feel sometimes the kids will hear parents, oh, don't stare, don't stare. That's okay. Children are curious
Yeah.
by nature, so I'd rather they came and ask me.
Yes. Yeah. Then ignore or be
Ignored,
told to
or be
turn
told,
the other way.
or look at it as weird, or make it mean anything that doesn't represent the truth.
Yeah. That's so important.
Yeah, so that's that.
Well, that's that. Sounds very quick when you said all of these beautiful words that are very meaningful.
Yeah, they are, because I feel that my daughter, although she's still, when I say although she's just a lot of physical needs, but she is there. So never, there's a word in our telepathy tapes that say, I really like this, they always assume competence, regardless
Yes.
of how it looks on the outside.
Yes. Because otherwise, so much is projected.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of projection comes from a lot of old values and beliefs, trying to be very polite with my words here.
Oh, you don't have to be polite. Especially knowing what your words. I mean,
You know what I'm capable of.
I love, honestly, I love because I have to laugh. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not a British speaker, not English speaker. So I am, but in my second language. So for me to actually even say coiffed, I have to look it up and said, how do you actually pronounce that? Because I kind of speak French and it kind of comes from the coiffeur, but I'm like, how am I going to say this? So I had to go to ChatGPT. How do you pronounce that? And I'm sure some words, because I was listening back to some of the poem thing. I hope people understand me actually, because I do have an accent. So I hope they do understand.
Well, I always understand what you say, and I'm so deeply touched whenever I listen to, because you must have read 3 or 4
Yeah,
from the books,
yeah.
and I always understand everything you say, and you always make me cry. I love the way, just your voice, your tenderness, your understanding, and it's like I can feel it from you. It's beautiful.
Thank
And
you,
well,
Kat.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. It was Sharon who put me into that, so that's why
Ah, yes,
yeah.
Sharon. Yes, yeah, yeah. Wonderful.
So, but thank you for allowing me to come in here and have a chat.
Oh, well, thank you for wanting to come. I really appreciate that and love spending the time with you.
Yeah, same here. So thank you very much.
And you never know, one day you might even want to come back.
Yeah, who never knows? I mean, my future vision is also that I might be able to interview you one day too. Because
Okay. Well, let's talk about that.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Cass. Thank you.
Oh.